I also love what you said about having a business coach. And I also love what you said about having a personal coach. I think having a personal and business coach, they're very crucial if you want to grow as a person and as a leader. Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Christy Yoder, host of the Master Delegator podcast. The Master Delegator podcast is for busy and overwhelmed entrepreneurs who want to learn how to become effective in the area of delegation and learn how to hire great virtual assistants to help them scale their business and have more time and freedom. If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing and don't forget to click the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. Alright, let's get started. Hey, welcome back to the Master Delegator podcast. In today's episode, I have a very special guest. Her name is Lynsey Cowan, founder of Elite VA. Elite VA is an online business management and VA services for heart-centered female entrepreneurs. And today we are going to talk about how she was able to achieve consistent 10K months with the help of virtual assistants. So if that is something you are interested to know more about, please listen up until the end of this episode. Hi, Lynsey, how are you doing?
Hi, Christy. I'm great. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. I am so excited to know more about your business and what you do for your clients. So before we dive in, before we dive deeper, can you tell us about your business, what industry you are in, and what do you do for your clients, and who is your target audience? I know I kind of mentioned that already, but it would be nice to hear it directly from you.
Absolutely, yeah. So I set up the business in November 2015. It seems like such a long time ago. And I initially set up the business as a VA myself. So I was solely a VA, learning all about the online digital space. And as you know, it's such a busy place to be. And in order for me to determine my niche based in the UK, I was able to establish a gap in the tech VA side of the business. So I then set up more of a tech VA agency to support female coaches, mainly UK-based female coaches, purely because I guess really they found me. And because the VA industry is very limited with tech VAs, and because the online coaching space is quite an incestuous industry, referrals were passed to me very, very quickly. So the business grew quite fast, I must say. And I then was able to really then focus on leveraging it on my own skills, and grew and moved into the OBM online business management space. So really, in essence, the business was initially VA support, just really doing the work. But then with the online business management side of the business, I was able to help with the strategy as well. And yeah, the business has grown like crazy over the past 7 years. And of course, even more so since COVID hit, because every online or every business is looking for an online presence, right?
Yeah, that's right. So what do you mainly do in your business right now? Do you still do like client projects, or are you just the only one managing the business?
It's a good question, because where the business has gone since, I would say the start of this year, I've been able to really focus on the team, making sure the team are well versed and they have everything that they need, but also it's allowed me to think about top level of the business, where the business is going. How can I offer more quality and support to my clients? So really improving on the customer experience and helping them not only with project plans and all that sort of stuff, but also helping with their business strategy. And so one of the things that I'm learning and training in right now is funnels and product launches and all that juicy stuff, which I absolutely love. And I have been doing that with clients for a while, but I've just not really had an all-encompassing level of all the analytics and the stats and things. So I'm learning all about that too. So that not only enhances my skill set, it also supports my clients even more, right? And so with the support of the VAs and the team, it's allowing me to think about, okay, how can I deliver more value to our current clients, but also create offerings where I can support clients with their product launches and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, really things are starting to progress. It's not just a VA OBM business that I have. I'm going to be offering memberships, and I'm building an online course for coaches so that you can help them build their digital business, but also product launches too. So it's, yeah, a very exciting time.
Yeah, that sounds so interesting. It sounds like a very interesting business model. Yeah. So tell me about when you started in 2015. How were you able to get to 10K months consistently? Like, would you mind like walking us through your process, or can you like give us like 3 to 5 practical steps, you know, whoever is listening to this episode, or for newly business owners to take, so that they can also achieve the kind of growth that you have in your business right now?
Totally. I guess I could probably speak about this for quite a long time, but it's definitely taken me a long, or not a long journey, but it's been a journey in itself, and it's been one that I've really, really enjoyed, because the one most important thing I would say that is, you can only reach a certain ceiling point dependent on your mindset. And if your mindset is in, and not that I'm saying my mindset was in a bad place, but it wasn't in a growth mindset. I was, I guess, because of working in the corporate world and working in that type of industry, I guess I wasn't able to see the real potential within myself because of the 25, 30 years working in corporate, right? So I then felt that it was really important, in order for me to really leverage my potential, that I would get a business coach. And also I had a personal coach as well, and they were all helping me in different things, obviously, but it really, really helped me to focus on where I was going with the business, how I could really grow as a person, but also as a result of me growing as a person, it then impacted my income potential, because I was then able to think outside the box. I was able to believe in my gifts. I was able to stop looking online, comparisonitis, and all these things that keep us small, keep us safe, right? And keep us in that fear element. But with coaching and stuff, it's really allowed me to, really think that there is limitless potential, and allowing me to just go for it and go really get excited about where I am going personally, but also where the business is going. So that's one thing. Definitely get a coach, I would say 100%, to support you with the strategy. Secondly, I would say only focus on what you're passionate about and outsource the rest. And that includes get a cleaner if you don't like cleaning your house. Because if you think about it, if you're spending 2 to 3 hours a week cleaning, is that going to help you with your business growth? Not really, is it?
Are you talking to me right now, Lynsey? Because I think I need a cleaner.
I think we all need one, right? And it's just absolutely crazy that we think that we have to be Wonder Woman and do everything in our lives. But actually, if that's not going to give you your ultimate freedom or flexibility in your life, or the income goals that you're looking for, outsource what you're not passionate about. Like I'm not going to say I don't like figures, because I do, but I'm not great at my accounts. So I have this incredible accountant that does literally everything for me, because that's not where my passion is. So I could sit looking at a spreadsheet for hours and hours and not really get very far, right? So I feel that that's really important. Outsource what you're not passionate about, and the effects of you outsourcing what you're not passionate about allows you to have more space to think top level in your business. Think about where you're going, your creative projects, maybe collaborations with people, products that you can build, how you can leverage your time, also how you can bring more freedom into your life to have that life balance, right? People say there's no such thing as work-life balance, but I think there is if you allow that space for you to just be rather than constantly doing, right? Because you all know when whoever has an online business or even their own business themselves, that they think they have to constantly do, but doing is not necessarily going to get you the results. You need to create space in your life to be able to think, right?
Right.
I think that's important, but also one of the things that I have definitely felt about is self-belief, believing in your gifts, believing that what you are skilled at is something worthy of sharing. Because, you know, for years and years, I kept thinking, oh, everyone can build a website, everyone can launch a podcast, everyone can build a project, everyone can do whatever, right? But actually, when I speak to my clients, they're like, you do something so quickly that would take me 3 to 4 hours. And that there is your gift, something that you can do very quickly and easily without having to think about it. That is a gift. But for years, I just thought everyone could do it, right? So believing in yourself, believing in your gifts, and staying away from the naysayers, because there's always a lot out there. Don't focus on what everyone else is doing. Focus on what comes from your heart. Focus on what you're passionate about. Because if you follow with your heart, then everything's just going to come really easily, right? And that's where I saw the real transition in my business, that I got the support, I got the business coach. I then focused on my zone of genius. I then also believed in my gifts. And that's what really catapulted the business forward, because I was able to really step up, take charge, and really kind of, really hone in on what I'm skilled at.
Right.
And I think a lot of the time we push that down because we try to keep ourselves safe. We try to fit in with people. We try to, really just the safety side of things. But really, if you jump all in and just go for it, it's incredible what you can achieve. It really is.
Yeah, exactly. I love what you said about having the right mindset, because everything starts from your head. And I believe that what you believe is what you're also gonna do.
Yeah.
So if you believe that you cannot do something, that's what you're gonna do. You won't be able to do that thing. If you believe that something is hard, then in reality for you, it's really hard. So I also love what you said about having a business coach. And I also love what you said about having a personal coach. I think having a personal and business coach, they're very crucial if you want to grow as a person and as a leader. I've only been in business like 3 years now, and lately I realized I don't only need a business coach, I also need a personal coach, because there are areas in my life personally that needs improvement, like the time in the day that I wake up, or how I balance my workload and also my house chores. You know what I mean? So I love those things, and believing in your giftings and your skills, those are really important. And I think the very first step that you need to take is knowing what you can do and what you cannot do. So I have a follow-up question on what you shared about outsourcing. So I think a lot of people wants to outsource, but the thing is they feel like they're not ready yet because they don't have the budget. So what do you think can a person do to be ready for outsourcing budget-wise?
Jump into outsourcing before they even have the budget, because it's a belief thing, right? I firmly believe it's a belief thing. If someone says they don't have the budget, think about all the coffees that they're buying every day. Think about how much time they're spending For example, on Xero, on their accounting system, I'm using me as an example, by the way, in their accounting system, trying to work something out and spending hours and hours doing it when they could potentially be focusing on something that's income generating, bringing in new clients for themselves, right? Thinking about reducing their food shop. I'm just going to use, an example. If you go to a really special supermarket, go to one that's kind of discounted, so that you're reducing your overheads, and even just getting a minimum of 5 hours a month in your business by a VA. It's incredible what a VA can do in 5 hours, right? Start there, start small. Mm-hmm. Think about what you can potentially outsource, even a project, so you can see a start and a finish. And if you can outsource a project to someone with very, very clear guidelines and instructions on what to do, you will then see the impact that it's going to give you within yourself personally and within your business, right? And if you think about what you could potentially do with those 5 hours to either create more products, bring more value to your current clients, or focus on income generating tasks, then it's going to pay for itself, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think always believe, if you are using I don't have the budget, really ask yourself, do you? Is that the case? Is that truth? Because if you are able to reduce your overheads and think outside the box about what you are currently doing in your business that you're not passionate about, therefore you're procrastinating on, I think you'll find a different result. 100%.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, if you do something that you are not passionate about, something that you don't like doing, and like, for instance, like if you do, let's just say, creating content on social media. So if it takes you like 5 hours to create one social media post, that means, and you did not enjoy the process, that means you rob yourself 5 hours of your time. And if for instance, if you are paying yourself, let's say $100, because that's easier, that's the easier number to multiply to 5 hours, so I know it's $500. So
don't ask me about numbers.
I know, we should ask your accountant. So like, for instance, if you're paying yourself $100 per hour, and then you did your one social media post for 5 hours, that means you just spent $500 working on something that you don't like you don't like doing. Whereas if you outsource that to somebody else, you could have saved more time and money, because because that 5 hours that you used to create one social media post, you could have used that time to create like processes or strategies for your business.
Absolutely. And life is short, right? So let's just focus on what we're passionate about, where we are continuously in flow, right? Because time then expands. I'm a firm believer that when we're in flow, time expands, right? When we're doing something we enjoy. And why spend or waste time or effort doing something that you're not passionate about?
Exactly. We only have like 24 hours a day, and we don't work 24 hours a day. Well, maybe you, like, if you work between 8 to 12 hours, we only have like between 8 to 12 hours to work in a day. Might as well spend those hours on things that we are passionate about. And it's just a waste of time, energy, and resources doing something that you don't like doing.
Absolutely agree.
Yeah. So I also just want to add to what you said. I feel like if you're listening to this episode and you feel like you don't have a budget to hire a VA, I think you should also look at your current pricing. Maybe you can you can add a little bit more to your pricing, to your packages, to your services, so you can afford to hire a VA. But I feel like before you go to that route, I feel like you should do what Lynsey said. Check how much you are spending on Starbucks.
I know,
Right?
right?
Or
Just
maybe
do it
for a month.
quickly.
Yeah, maybe for a month or two, you can just grind your own coffee or buy a Keurig, so you can make your own coffee for a month or for 2 months, and then save those money that you will be using to buy Starbucks, and then use that money to pay a VA.
Totally,
Yeah.
100%. And you know, you're so right about, right, even just even doing like a sale of some kind, if you are like a product service, like of doing a sale, so you can get some real income coming in for you to then put that income back into your business and get a VA to support you that way. There's so many different ways, but if you're really hesitant about it, start small. Because when I have new clients that start at 5 hours a month, they are genuinely surprised about how much can be done in 5 hours.
That's
But
true.
the real point of that is that it's because we're doing what we're passionate about, right? And it's because it's something we're skilled at. And
Mm-hmm.
so we're not wasting time looking on YouTube on the how-tos, or looking in a manual, or looking, I don't know, speaking to support because they don't know how to work Kajabi, for example.
Mm-hmm.
We are all skilled in what we do. So the time that we are using, we are leveraging through getting the best results for clients because of the skill that we have, right?
Exactly.
And I see so many clients saying that it's important that they understand how a system works. I get it, because it's something they're paying for, but they shouldn't learn the ins and outs of something. They should pass that on to someone else.
Exactly. And like us business owners, us entrepreneurs, we are creative. I
Yeah.
mean, the reason why we have a business is because we have come up an idea that would benefit other people. So that means we are creative.
Yeah.
And also we are risk takers. You know,
Totally.
the fact that
You know,
we started our business, that means we are risk takers. So regardless if you just started your business yesterday or just an hour ago, you are considered a risk taker already. And hiring a VA might be one of those risks that you have to take in order to get to where you want to be.
totally agree.
Yeah. So
That's a
what can a virtual assistant do for a business?
what can a virtual assistant not do? Oh
I
goodness
mean,
me.
do for a business.
Oh, in terms of what skills can they do?
Yeah.
Or okay, God. So if you think about, so I'm just going to use coaches as an example, right?
Okay.
That's what we support. So we support clients with their content strategy, with their social media. So really gaining, like an online presence. We make sure that we have reels up on their Instagram. We prepare the reels for clients. We help them with the creative assets for their grid on Instagram, as an example. We also can help them build their lead magnets for them, so helping them with list building opportunities. I also help them with the strategy of their nurture sequences, so that they are continuously, like speaking to their audience and growing that relationship. So that's a couple of examples, but also we can help with sales pages, product launches, building products on, for example, Kajabi, Thinkific, Learn, all these little things, right? So if you've got a product that you're looking to build and you have the strategy, you've got the videos, you've got all the assets, a VA can then pull together that product for you and put it in a way where it's consistent with your branding, it's consistent with your messaging, and it's built on your behalf. But also another thing that they can do is they can help you with your podcast launches, for example. So building your podcast, preparing your audios, preparing your videos for YouTube. Goodness me, what else? Newsletters, they can help with building newsletters. So if you have an audience and you want to consistently communicate with them about your offers or your blogs or whatever, they can create your newsletters for you. I mean, the list is endless. If you're looking for research, a VA could do research for you. One of the key things I have found is that the VAs can literally do anything that's business focused, that's online, right? But the key to ensuring that the VA does something in a relevant skill set is that you bring on someone that's passionate about it. You also, when you're sharing the task with that VA, that you are clearly giving them the instructions that are needed to complete the task. A lot of the times people think, I'll just get a VA and I'll tell her to do that, right? I've had this so many times. I'll just tell her to do that. Well, you need to be sure that you are clearly instructing that person in what needs to be done, i.e. what the result is that you're looking for. A lot of the times, sure, we can use our initiative, but if you have very clear instructions on what you want as a result, you have to give that to the VA. And the best way to do that is to have an SOP in place.
Right.
A standard operating procedure where that person is following a process to get the results for you.
That's true. I love what you shared. Actually, most of the tasks that you shared, they are very technical.
Yes.
And if you are in the coaching industry, so you're a business coach, and you don't know how to do those things that Lynsey mentioned, and you try to do all of them, I don't think you're gonna be able to grow your business to even 5K consistent, per month, because those things takes up a lot of time. And even you mentioning, even me just hearing the tasks that you've mentioned, like they're very technical, it already gave me a headache, because I'm like, I won't be able to do those things. Like you need, and even a VA might not be able to do all of those things. You need maybe 2 or 3 VAs to help you, edit your podcast, help you with product launches, create your sales pages or your landing pages, because each VA has different skill set, and we cannot expect our VAs to do everything for us.
It's true. Absolutely. And that's why, over the past 7 years, I've focused on building a hybrid of support. So there's now 15, 16 of us in total, where everyone's got a different skill set, because we're offering a hybrid to all our clients and saying, like, for example, the other Lynsey on the team is an Instagram specialist, right? Then we've got Angelica, who does Kajabi, all these different things. And it's really key that we have specific people with specific skill sets. But you're so right. And it's definitely something that I have seen time and time again, where people just think, oh, I'll do it, or I'll go onto YouTube and learn how to build a product in Kajabi. You're not going to get it right. You're not going to get the checkout pages right or the automations right. Okay. And it's really important to think about, if I were to do it myself and not get a VA, what is the impact to my business?
Exactly. Exactly. That is so good. I hope whoever you are listening to this episode, I hope you are learning a lot from Lynsey, because this is really good. So what do you think is the best way to delegate, to set up your business and your VA for success? I mean, you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier when you said, when you assign a task to your VA, you can't just tell your VA to, okay, create a social media post for me, without explaining the outcome that you are expecting from the VA.
Absolutely. And also as well, if you've got someone or you want someone to support you with your social media, you need to share your brand. They need to know your brand assets. They need to know your ideal client. They need to know what products you're going to be selling and promoting. They need to know what it is, your lead magnet that you're going to be promoting. So list building, promotions, because what they will be focusing on is engagement on social media. So start to speak to people so that they get to know who you are as a client. But also equally, they will be promoting your lead magnets, your webinars, so anything that's list building generating. But also if you've got a podcast, all your episodes, they'll want to be promoting those for you, as well as your newsletter lists, as well as any products. So really, you can't just do my social media. They need to have all this background information. And I guess that's a really good example to use when someone thinks about, because a lot of the time people outsource their social media because they don't enjoy it, right? We spend so much time on social media that it can be draining. And I do it myself because I'm on social media all day, every day for clients. I don't really want to do it for myself, right? And so the key thing is that they are representing you as a brand. So they need to know what your brand encompasses, who your ideal client is, what your niche is, and what you're promoting. Mm-hmm. And that's so key, really key. So that's a good example to use, I guess.
That's true. And you know what I have been realizing lately is that those business owners who are delegating without specific or detailed instructions or not providing the requirements or the information that the VA needs, I feel like those business owners are not also like experienced in the kind of task that they are outsourcing to their VA. So yeah, because if, for example, if I am the business owner and then I need to outsource my social media content posting, and if I don't know anything about social media, I'll just tell my VA that, hey, I need 5 posts a day. Please post every day at this time, 8 a.m. every day. That's just what you're gonna say because you don't know exactly the details or the kind of work that is involved when you create a social media post. Whereas if I am a business owner and I have experience or knowledge about social media management, when I assign a task, I would be so specific, like, hey, Lynsey, here's my I want 5 social media posts. And this is my brand guideline. My target audience is this. Please just connect to these people on Instagram or Facebook. And this is the kind of tone that I want you to use when you are creating your caption.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah. So
totally. And it's a hard one to get that balance, but really that's what I see my role as being for our clients, in that I'm kind of bridging the gap between the VAs doing the work and the strategy, because a lot of the time our clients are so busy, focusing on one-to-ones with their coaches, with their clients as coaches, or building one-to-many products. And so a lot of the time they just don't have the headspace or the skill set to think about strategy.
Exactly.
And so that's what I offer, is that I'm that person that clearly gives the instructions to the VAs so that they know exactly what needs to be done, right?
Exactly. And if you are a business owner and you don't have like knowledge about the task that you are going to be delegating to your VA, that's okay as well. And that's the main reason why you're delegating it, because you don't like it and you're not passionate about it and you don't have experience about it. So if you are that kind of business owner, it's important that you hire a VA that is knowledgeable about what they're doing, because even if you don't provide specific instructions, your VA will be proactive in asking, hey, do you have a brand guideline? Hey, what kind of tone do you want? Who is your target audience?
Exactly. So important.
It's all about collaboration.
Yeah, and also because that person is skilled in that certain area of work and also passionate about it, they'll know what to ask. So you're so right.
Yeah, well, I'm loving this interview so far. So what is your advice to business owners who are new to delegation, outsourcing, or even hiring virtual assistants? Because when you delegate, when you outsource, not necessarily you're gonna do that with a virtual assistant. You could be doing it with, an employee. You can delegate to an employee, or you can outsource your task
Totally.
to a different agency.
Yeah, totally agree. First thing I would say is, and always the first step, lay the foundations of what brings you passion and what doesn't. So do a brain dump. Have maybe one sheet of paper, the tasks in my business that I enjoy and the tasks in my business that I hate. Then really think about, from that list, the stuff that you don't enjoy, that doesn't bring you passion, doesn't bring you joy. Think about, okay, what is the first thing that I can focus on, either that's the most urgent or the first thing that's easy enough to outsource for. And it could be like as I said, a project task that you just want to get it off your list, and you would quite like to see a start and an end of the project, right? Focus on getting that out there. Have clear guidelines on the task. Be very, very concise on what you're looking for. And if you can, ideally prepare SOPs. I would say get that done, because what you will then see is the return on investment for that one-off project. Mm-hmm. And you will also have clarity on those tasks that you are passionate about. And trust me, the minute that I did that, it allowed me to think about, what other support can I get in my life? Oh, I can get a gardener because I don't enjoy gardening. I can get a cleaner because I'm not great at cleaning. I can get my food delivered to my house rather than going to the supermarket. And so really, when you start to build on that, what additional support can I get in my life? It blew my mind actually about how much support I can get. And it's not about necessarily, thinking, can I afford this? Because the minute that you outsource those things that you're not passionate about, just because you're in that zone of doing the things that you enjoy, you're attracting more clients, you're bringing in more income, right? Because you're being more creative, being more in flow.
That's so true. Yeah. And so the title of this podcast is How You Can Have Consistent 10K Months with the Help of Virtual Assistants. Now, I just want to put a disclaimer out there that if you want to have 10K months consistently, you have to put your very best work every day. You have to show up. Just like what Lynseys said earlier, you gotta have the right mindset. You gotta have to have a business coach. You gotta focus on things that you are passionate about. You need to think top level, and you need to make sure that you have enough room in your head to think of strategies and be creative. And you have to believe in yourself. Having 10K months, it's not like you're gonna sleep tonight and then tomorrow when you wake up, you hire a VA and then the following day you have 10K months. It's not like that. You gotta have to put a lot of work, just like everybody else.
One of the biggest things that I've learned about myself, well, not necessarily learned, but understood about myself, is you've got to be really resilient. Because every day, either something's going to knock you, or you're going to have, a client's project go wrong because of tech systems going wrong, or whatever it's going to be, or a team member goes off sick, or you're sick, or something personal happens, like you've got to take your cat or dog to the vet, or your central heating breaks down. Whatever it is, there's always going to be something that's going to knock you. But with that resilience or with you being resilient, it's allowing you to, and also with your mindset in check, it allows you to then be focused on the end result, and always thinking about, okay, what happened today? What can be better tomorrow? How can I improve the results of the business the next day? And just focusing on growth in so many levels. It's not just business outputs. It's about how can I show up better to my clients more? How could I have a more enjoyable day tomorrow? Oh, right, I'll get up an extra hour before and do meditation so that I'm grounded before I start my day. And it's just really about, building on that growth potential and installing daily habits that are going to support you. But the number one thing for me is absolutely resilience.
I love that. That's really important.
Yes.
Every day we make mistakes. Every day we make good decisions. But I think one thing is for sure, every one of us, we are all work in progress.
Totally, 100%.
Well, thank you so much, Lynsey, for this interview. I mean, I want to keep on going. Like, I feel like there's a lot of things we can talk about because we're in the same industry. But we can leave that for the next round or next interview if we want to. So where can people find you online?
So online, I've got two websites. One is eliteva.co.uk and the other one is Lynsey Cowan, so my full name.com, and that's going to be where so the VA website is for the VA and OBM agency, and the Lynsey Cowan website will be for my membership, so that will be supporting clients with their business strategy, their tech, everything, product launching, all that sort of really juicy stuff. But also I'm going to be building a product called Biz in a Box, where it's a training product, like distance learning product, where I'll be taking newbie coaches through all of the tools and systems that they need to be able to set up an online digital business, and many other things as well. So that's where you'll find me on both those websites.
Nice. Well, I'll put those links in the show notes below, so everyone can find you online. Thank you, Lynsey. I appreciate your time.
You're more than welcome. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video and you want to listen to the full episode, please type in Master Delegator on Spotify, iTunes, and other podcast channels, or simply click the link in the description box below. Also, please subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you again on the next episode. Bye.